I really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Now at 10 o'clock tonight, breaking news. Former president and presumptive Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump rushed off the stage after being shot at a campaign rally in Pennsylvania this afternoon in what is now being called an assassination attempt. The 45th president posting on his Truth Social platform this evening that a bullet grazed his right ear. This is new video just into the 12 newsroom tonight of moments ago of Mr. Trump getting off of his plane in New Jersey. Tonight, the U.S. Secret Service said that suspected shooter, a 20-year-old man from Pennsylvania, is dead. So is a person also attending the rally. 2 other people also attending that rally suffering critical injuries. 12 News has complete team coverage for you tonight. Alice Barr starts it off. Tonight, local leaders here in Arizona on both sides of the political spectrum sharing their thoughts on the assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. 12 News journalist Jade Cunningham continuing our team coverage tonight. Hours after the shooting, supporters of former President Donald Trump gathering to pray for him and his recovery. A few dozen folks showing up at Wesley Bolin Plaza outside of the Arizona State Capitol to call for an end of what they say is violent rhetoric in political circles. Those in attendance say they were shocked to hear the news. Some supporters say they are looking forward to the former president's recovery and say they plan to attend upcoming rallies. Tonight, questions are remaining over security at today's rally. Earlier today, 12 News political journalist Bram Resnick got a chance to sit down with former Maricopa County Sheriff Paul Penzone to learn more details about how law enforcement agencies secure high-profile political events. Stay with 12 News on air and online at 12news.com for up-to-the-minute developments on the story. We'll have another update later in the newscast. Stay with us. There's more 12 News at 10 o'clock right after the break. Just into the 12 newsroom tonight, we have learned that several juvenile patients at the Phoenix Behavior Facility were pepper sprayed by police after staff members say that they started a riot. The scene unfolding just before 8 o'clock tonight near Rose Garden Lane, just off of I-17. Police say that several juveniles were taken into custody. They have not given a specific number on just how many. We'll continue to follow this story for you and bring you more updates as we get new information. Let's talk weather tonight. This thing called rain falling from the skies in the last 24 hours. And guess what? No more excessive heat warnings. Let's get you ready for the start of your Sunday. Here's meteorologist Ginger Jeffries.
Did you get some rain last night, Jonathan?
You know what? I got some on the car on the way home. Very happy.
Very nice. Yeah.
12 News staying on top of breaking news for you this Saturday night. Former President Donald Trump safe after being shot during an assassination attempt at a campaign rally in Pennsylvania. The shooting taking place around 3:15 Arizona time tonight. The Secret Service confirming the shooter is dead. He has been identified by the Associated Press as a 20-year-old man from Pennsylvania. A person attending that same rally also killed. 2 other people attending the rally are in critical condition tonight. Again, the Secret Service says that the 45th president is safe. The FBI and Secret Service now working together to figure this out. And the 45th president and the presumptive Republican nominee. In the last few hours, NBC sources say that suspected shooter is 20 years old and from Pennsylvania. Their name has not been released. You can find a complete coverage and local reaction right now at 12news.com. We'll have the very latest on a special edition of 12 News Today in AZ, bright and early tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. As always, thanks so much for putting your trust in us. The news is always on at 12news.com, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and 12 News on social media. From everyone here at 12 News, have a good night, everyone. Sleep tight. Now at 10 o'clock this Sunday night, we begin with a 12 News weather impact alert. Take a look at this. Monsoon activity blanketing the valley this Sunday night. This is a scene from North Phoenix where you can see Mother Nature putting on quite a lightning show with a lot of rain and wind in that area. This is the scene in Anthem tonight. They're also getting a light show from Mother Nature as well. A big thanks to 12 News weather watcher Linda for sharing this video with us. The 12 News weather tracker also on the roads live tonight. This is a picture of the scene unfolding along the 101 headed west. You can see the rain is blanketing the windshield there. The wipers getting a good workout this Sunday night as those storms continue to pop up across the valley. We're also tracking some power outages as well in the last 5 minutes APS is reporting 5,600 power outages across the valley. We know that our own Tram Mai is one of those caught in the dark this Sunday night. Meteorologist Ginger Jeffries here right now with where those storms are popping up and what you can expect overnight. Ginger.
Yeah, very.
Thank you. Tonight, calls for unity after an assassination attempt of former President Donald Trump. The 45th president and presumptive Republican presidential nominee grazed by a bullet during a rally in Pennsylvania Saturday afternoon. A spectator killed, 2 others in the stands also hurt. Just hours ago, President Joe Biden addressing America from the Oval Office, calling on the country to lower the temperature in politics. Tonight, former President Donald Trump is in Milwaukee for the Republican National Convention, which kicks off tomorrow. Trump initially said he would delay his trip by 2 days, but changed his mind, saying he wouldn't let a potential assassin change his plans. Meanwhile, today, police identifying the man killed in that shooting as 50-year-old Corey Compentor. He was in the stands at the time at the rally with his family and were told that he shielded them as those shots were fired. 2 other men also hurt in the shooting are in stable condition. The suspected shooter has been identified as 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks. Tonight, as investigators continue searching for a motive behind the shooting, there's already disinformation being spread about him. Tonight, Ariane Daytil is here to separate fact from fiction. Good advice. This is not the first attempted assassination or assassination of an American president. Here's a timeline for you tonight. 4 American presidents and 1 candidate have been killed, starting with President Abraham Lincoln in 1865. 16 years later, President James Garfield was shot and died weeks later. In 1901, President William McKinley was shot in Buffalo, New York. President John F. Kennedy was shot and killed in Dallas back in 1963. His brother Robert F. Kennedy was also shot and killed while campaigning for president in 1968. Tonight, as that investigation continues to learn more about the security lapses that took place at that rally in Pennsylvania, the question that so many want to know is exactly how did it all happen? 12 News journalist Gabriella Becerra getting answers tonight from a man who has a long history of securing events for political candidates. Gabby, thank you. Only on 12 News tonight, former Maricopa County Sheriff Joe Arpaio reacting to the assassination attempt of former President Donald Trump. We got a chance to catch up with Arpaio earlier today at Phoenix Sky Harbor before he boarded a plane headed for Milwaukee for the RNC. He said he's sending his condolences to the victims involved and says he does believe the Secret Service did a good job rushing to protect the former president, but says he would still like to see a full federal investigation of how this happened. Arpaio says he looks forward to seeing the former president as a guest of the Trump campaign in Milwaukee at the Republican National Convention. The RNC does begin tomorrow, but before then, NBC's Lester Holt will sit down with President Joe Biden in his first interview since Saturday's rally in Pennsylvania. You can see that entire interview tomorrow night right here on 12 News at 6. You can also find up-to-the-minute details on this story on air and online at 12 News and 12news.com. Ken, we'll see you at the bottom of the hour, but first, we are still tracking a weather impact alert across the valley as monsoon storms swarm the valley, bringing much-needed rain. Ginger's forecast just minutes away. All right, we are tracking a 12 News weather impact alert this Sunday night. Meteorologist Ginger Jeffries here watching a number of storms that rolled through the valley in the last 90 minutes, Ginger. There's so much more to come this Sunday night here on 12 News at 10 o'clock. As we mentioned, we are tracking monsoon activity across the valley. A live look as our weather tracker on the road, just getting on the Highway 51 headed south. We'll have much more on the rain and storms after the break. Before we go, we want to recap our top story this Sunday night. The investigation into the man who tried to assassinate former President Donald Trump continues. Tonight, the FBI looking into Thomas Matthew Crooks. Crooks shot and killed after that incident at a rally yesterday in Pennsylvania. A man was also killed. 2 other men attending that rally were also injured. So far, investigators have not found a motive. Tonight, former President Donald Trump is in Milwaukee for the Republican National Convention, which begins tomorrow. We'll have the very latest on this for you starting bright and early tomorrow on Today in AZ, starting at 4:26. Again, we are continuing to follow a 12 News weather impact alert this Sunday night as monsoon storms blanketing the valley. A live look from the weather tracker tonight on Highway 51 headed south. Ginger will have another look at where things stand after the break.
Jonathan.
All right, Ginger, thanks for tracking that for us, and thank you for putting your trust in us. The news continues right now at 12news.com. Cam and Luke on the way with 12 Sports Tonight.